Managing a population of over 1 billion people across thousands of cultures and dozens of languages presents a massive structural challenge. At this scale, the sheer complexity of the system requires a shared logic to keep every individual and institution moving in sync. To provide that structure, India relies on a single, definitive master rulebook, the Constitution. Building this framework required careful engineering. The document was officially adopted by an assembly of leaders on November 26, 1949, and was fully implemented to launch the Republic on January 26, 1950. The chief architect behind this structural design was Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who drafted a legal system robust enough to govern an entire subcontinent. Before diving into the mechanical rules of government, the document establishes its core philosophical code in the preamble. It declares the nation a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, promising justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity for every citizen. These philosophical promises provide the vision, but the document also includes the rigid mechanical systems needed to enforce them. To see how it works, we have to deconstruct the rest of the rulebook. The Constitution's first operational mechanism works by directly empowering the individual. It establishes fundamental rights for every citizen, securing universal equality, personal freedom, religious liberty, and cultural protections. It also built in defensive measures, like protection against exploitation and constitutional remedies. If rights are violated, the legal system steps in. A functional state requires a two-way contract. In exchange for those legal protections, the document outlines specific fundamental duties required of the citizen. These duties include respecting the Constitution, honoring the national flag and anthem, defending the country, and actively protecting the environment and public property. Citizens receive guaranteed legal protections, and in return, they perform basic civic duties. That balance creates the foundational stability the government needs to function. Executing the will of the people at a national scale requires a clearly defined governmental hierarchy. At the center, it defines the executive and legislative branches, the president, prime minister, and the two houses of parliament. Beneath this central authority sits a parallel tier for state governance, headed by chief ministers and governors. To prevent government levels from overlapping, the Constitution relies on a strict division of power. The rulebook meticulously outlines jurisdiction. It defines exactly which tasks the central government handles and which operations the states control independently. By engineering this precise division of labor, the system avoids administrative gridlock and prevents any single entity from centralizing too much power. To police its own systems, the Constitution establishes the judiciary as the final check and balance. It sets up a cascading hierarchy of legal authority, flowing from the Supreme Court, down through the regional high courts, and into local lower courts. The document hard-codes the mechanical process of democracy itself. It dictates how the election system operates, ensuring every adult citizen holds the power to vote. To accommodate India's vast diversity, it includes schedules recognizing regional languages and specific cultural territories. And because no system is immune to disaster, it features built-in emergency provisions. These define exactly what rule-altering powers the government is authorized to trigger during severe national crises. Through these precise mechanics, the structure can adapt to diversity, defend itself during disasters, and refresh its leadership without breaking the core framework. The Indian Constitution functions as an active engine. Its mechanisms drive the daily legal and administrative processes that keep the state in motion. Its vertical scope connects the top-level authorities of the Supreme Court and Parliament directly to the daily legal rights of the average citizen. Every modern law passed, every election held, and every judicial ruling made today operates within the boundaries drawn by this single source text. The survival, balance, and daily operation of the world's largest democracy relies entirely on every gear spinning according to this one master rulebook.